Here we are on Scandinavia for a change. In the red, playing as the Huns, we have VNS back to throw, and over in the blue, also playing as the Huns, we have Tim, who everyone should know by now. Back to throw as well, starting to get quite a high rating, which is kind of interesting for him, so that should make for quite a good game, honestly. And I don't know who's going to win, so this should be a good one, because I haven't seen a Tim versus Batcher for a game in a while, so that should be quite good. So Scandinavia, first off, we just have these massive little bits of water across the edge of each side of the map. We'll just go up them quickly. Generally, there can be quite a bit of fighting on the water because, of course, fish really important in the early game. It allows you to get up population. Of course, you can produce fishing ships while you're going up ages, which is probably one of the big things that they've got, as well as just being able to have less villages on food and just being able to continually produce them. It's really helpful to your eco. Everyone should know that because, well, more is always better to a point. So I'm going to be pretty interested to see how this goes. Thing is, usually though, we could end up with Tim on this side, back Jeffro on this side. Sometimes you end up with them both on the same side. Sometimes they dock on the other side later on when they find out they're both on the other side. So we could see anything, any amount of things on this map, honestly. Could see full Grush to knock out their opponent's fish. Could see a forward, especially if we have a look at the map, actually. It's not too bad. I wouldn't forward that, personally. But still, let's have a look at the maps first. Our players in the blue, Tim, gold over here, stone at the front, or more to the side, gold over here. Gold's actually in a horrible position there. That's going to be shocking to try and mine from. Most likely going to move to this one here would be my guess, or that one's probably a bit too far away. Stone and gold again in the back. So it could be interesting if we actually see a waller from him. Map is extremely wallable considering he just has to kind of plonk one down here, across here a little bit, across here. Don't think they'll be able to get through there, and he's done. So we could see quite big stone walls from Tim. Back to throw as well, quite a big stone wall, so we could see this go straight to Castle Age. Looks like Tim actually attacking the dock there, and both players have actually docked on the same side here. So this could make for an interesting one so far, and it looks like Backdrift are already going for the wall off, which is kind of interesting. Going for the deer as well. Gold towards the front for him, and again, not the best position in the world, but definitely a bit better than Tim's. He's going to be able to put a gold camp there, whereas if Tim puts a gold camp on one of these sides, he's really going to have to go on this side if he wants to, but still, this gold over here is the one I can see being used. Back to for what else have we got? We've got stone towards the side there. Nice stone in the back, actually. Not as useful as Huns, but still going to be helpful if you want to do some kind of castle play. Gold over here in the back as well, and it looks like both players will be going for quite a wall off here. Back to for actually doing a massive wall off here. He's going to have quite a big area, actually, which is going to be kind of interesting. Up on his way to feudal now on 31 population for Back to for Tim, pretty much the same, just on 28 population. So Back to for just having a slightly better economy. However, the timings are pretty much the same, which is going to be nice and interesting. Second dock being put up for Tim. No second dock for Backtriffer. That's interesting, actually. You might just let these fishing ships die. That could be interesting, especially if there's a dock behind. But of course, there's still time to put it up. Neither of them are in castle or feudal yet, so we're not going to see any big kind of water pushes. Looks like sending quite a few more villagers out to deer. Kind of interesting. Tim has walled himself, so generally he shouldn't be going scouts. But still, if he decides to, he can pick off some of these villages extremely easy. We've got one on 16 HP, one on 13, and one on 22. And I haven't checked the rest, but they all look alright. Looks like over here, Tim trying to stop the wall. He might just get the villager here if I could get it. There we go, 5. And he's got it. He's going to delay that wall. However, the scout's actually glitched out here, so he might be able to take that one as well. That would be interesting. No, there we go. Back Jeffro finally getting onto that one there. Back Jeffro upping. No second dock yet. Tim, are we going for the Grush? Let's have a quick look. Yes, going for the Grush from him. Back Jeffro. What are you doing? Are you going for the Grush or... No Grush at all. It looks like he's just going to let his fishing ships die off. Don't know if it was exactly worth going for then, but still, it would have been a nice boost. Plus, he's got these deer here as well. So, going to be an interesting one from him by the looks of it. He's probably going to go for some kind of... Ooh, just getting that one there. Very lucky. Getting the hill bonus. Tim nearly getting it. Archery range is going up. Have we seen a blacksmith or... There we go, blacksmith. So, one archery blacksmith probably wants to go up. Resources are looking like he wants to as well. Tim, not so much. It looks like he's going to... That was interesting. It looks like he's going to go forward with his galleys, try and put a lot of pressure on, but still he's going to be a lot later into castle. But saying that, he's going to have all his fish available to him on this side, and again, if he wants to go on this side as well, could definitely go for that. This wall from Backtripper is actually massive. I don't know what he's going to do if he like busts through over here, especially the fact this wall over here isn't finished. I don't think he's trying to finish it, honestly. Tim going for that easy wall off as well. Actually going for the gold over here, as we can see, that's going to be completely saturated very, very quickly. It's got next to no surface area on it, which is not going to be helpful. Tim going for deer now. Looks like he wants to go up. However, Backtripper should be going up now. Yes, he is already on the way. It looks like he's going to lose most of his fishing ships over here. And he's not even going for any kind of galley play himself, so he's just going to kind of let them die, I guess. That's an interesting one from him. He went there, but he decided not to. And is he going to wall off again, or...? Going to be interesting to see where he goes with this. Naturally, I'm thinking just mass cavalry archer, but his eco is going to have to be able to hold this up, which is the interesting bit. It looks like these galleys continue just to fight it out. Well, not even fighting it out, the galleys are just continuing to kill off the fishing ships at this point. Tim, however, is he going up to castle yet? I don't think he would be. No, he's got next to no resources to go up to castle, actually. So I don't know what he's going to do with that. Going to be quite a hard one to judge there for him. Most likely going to have to put up stone walls, and gates already up. Walling there with that. Actually sending some scouts out. This could be really effective. What happened to those injured villagers? Did they go to farms? No. Where did they all go? They still here? No, but he's probably going to pick off one or two there. Where do all those really injured villagers go? We want them. And by the way, back to your throat, just went up to the castle age. There's one over there that he could pick off. He could pick off... Might be able to snipe some of these ones on the farms. Actually deleting a piece of his wall to get in there. And it looks like he lost one villager. That's not too bad. But Tim really still going to have to put on the pressure here to hold back this cavalry archer production. I'm going to assume he doesn't have bloodlines yet, just for the fact that, well, he hasn't got a stable up, so that's kind of obvious. Tim completely taking control of the water. Back to your phone, not docking on the other side, even though there's an abundance of fish over here. So don't know exactly what he's going to do. And cavalry archer spam by the looks of things. He has got for the leching, which is nice. No bodkin yet. Not researching either. Quite low on resources. Got quite a few of these cavalry archers queued up though. Going for a forward siege workshop, so he could go for some kind of a push here. Could set a mangonel right here to try and do a lot of damage to these villages. It looks like they're going to be able to get out of there, but still not going to be nice. Scouts trying to get in on the cavalry archers here. Might be able to kill a few off actually. Having that 2 pierce armor standard is going to be really annoying, and until he starts to mass up cavalry archers, those scouts are still going to be pretty annoying. Siege workshop is on the way still. Anything else? Is the score frozen? No. Backtrack froze just really far behind. That's it. Tim's eco must be absolutely amazing right now. Archery going up for Tim. I'm going to assume he's thinking about going up. Yes, Tim actually going up to the castle edge now. 250 points in it, which is actually quite a bit considering that it hasn't really been that much going on. Tim did kill off a lot of fishing ships though. I will give him that. Is he going to pay close attention to these villages? He could probably snipe this one if he wanted to. How are we doing on gold? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's going to try and get some harass though. Of course, just delaying the amount of cavalry archers that can be produced. Looks like he's going to lose his scouts here, not microing them too efficiently. Siege workshop going up on the front. So it looks like we're just seeing a kind of all-in push from Backtripper right now. Battering ram is actually out, so that really says to us that he wants to kill his opponent. Mangonel is for delaying, and battering ram is when shit gets serious, in my opinion. Because of course you can kill buildings with mangonels, it doesn't take long, but battering rams can be taken out by villagers quite easily if you can't defend them. So it looks like he's going for quite a big push here actually. Tim could possibly lose his blacksmith, could lose his stable, could lose any of this on the outside depending on where Backtripper decides to go in. Looks like cavalry archers over here delaying Tim's amount of gold he's going to be able to gather, and that's going to be really bad for him because if Backtripper stays here, he's not going to be able to gather any gold at all because all the other golds are outside his wall off. If he walled out across here and then across here and then across here or across there, that way probably would have been the best option. He could have had this extra gold here, but still it would have given him a big area to try and defend. Tim, what are you going for? Going for skirmisher to counter Backtripper's nice little army of cavalry archers. And Backtripper taking the water now, actually going for fire ships. This is actually a really smart move by him. Looks like this blacksmith will be next. Padded archer armor is on the way. That should finish up before anything gets killed off. Backtripper still only on fletching, so he doesn't have that extra range advantage yet. However, Tim's going to be in the castle age quite soon. And if he knocks out this blacksmith, he may be able to keep the ranges equal, because Tim, of course, having quite a good eco at the moment. So he's got to really try and keep things equal here, especially with this big all-in push he seems to be doing. Going to be quite a hard one, actually, to try and compensate if it fails, because he doesn't exactly... He's got a good economy off it, but not the best one. His gold isn't in the best spot. He's got some idle villages about. Tim hitting the castle age now. It looks like he's going for a wall off across here. Any extra town centers from Tim? No. Skirmisher, elite skirmisher is on the way. Bodkin arrow, that won't finish up. I wouldn't say, unless he's... What's going on here? There wasn't a lot of damage being done then. Yeah, Bodkin arrow not going to have time, so if we have... Don't have Bodkin yet for Backdraw Throw, so he's not going to be able to play that range advantage that he can kind of get, keeping it a little bit equal, but still not going to be able to play it. This wall off over here going to be extremely... well, not too effective, really, because these battering rams are just going to come in and grab it. Of course, not going to be able to take out the town centre at the moment, because Cavalry Archers only having 4 standard range. Skirmish has 4 as well, so they're actually on equal range until he got that elite upgrade. So now 5+1 to 4+1, just like an archer with fletching would be. Crossbow with fletching, sorry. But still, he's going to have this range upgrade, and this is going to be absolutely massive against these Cavalry Archers. He's going to be able to engage when the Cavalry Archers can't, going to be able to use these hills a lot better. Things like that, going to be quite smart, and it looks like a lot of these Cavalry Archers are actually going to go down. Tim taking the scores pretty close, honestly. Backdraw Throw, no more town centers. No. Tim, no more town centers. Nope. Losing a lot of Cavalry Archers there, actually, and he needs to get a Mangonel out if he wants to deal with this. And hopefully that's what he's doing. Yes, Mangonel is on the way, so if he can kill off a lot of these skirmishes, should be good. Of course, battering ram's just going to soak up a lot of this damage. Cavalry Archers still in production from Backdraw Throw, and starting to run a little bit low on them right now, actually. Losing quite a few in this base. Could even try and get a few knights out. This Mangonel here going to be perfect to deal with these skirmishes, though. Really going to put Tim on the defensive, which is what he wants. And again, just getting rid of Tim's fishing ships, that's really going to help him catch up eco-wise. Even though there's only 150, 160 points in it, it's still pretty tense, actually. And lots of those skirmishes actually surviving there because of the hill bonus, but if he gets another good hit... No, come on, attack ground, man. If you attack now, you're going to get... Come on, one good hit. There we go, that's what we want to see. One more. Getting a few there, but not a heap. Still not enough to deal with this, so gonna need another Mangonel out, or get some knights of his own out to try and deal with this. Still though, no stable, which means no bloodlines on the Cavalry Archers, which means they are a lot weaker than they should be. Another Mangonel actually coming out at the moment. This is going to be great for Backdraw Throw. He's taking the lead actually now. That's quite a big deal for him. He's going to be able to try and deal with this. And out comes the Mangonel. Looks like he's going to get the heal advantage here too, so he could do a lot of damage with this splash actually. Yeah, there we go. And Tim really having to be careful here. Cavalry Archers actually moving in like this. Definitely a good plan from Tim, because of course Skirmish is having a minimum range. So if he stays like this, he's going to be able to do quite a good job, honestly, but still they're going to be able to walk away, and that 4+1 PS arm is going to be really hard to deal with. And of course, trying to kill them off, not getting any there with the splash, all starting to run really low on HP though. Backdraw Throw trying to fight back in right now. Doc's about to go down on this side. Still no fishing ships for Backdraw Throw. Could be an interesting one if he went back into fishing ships, but then again, he's not exactly putting a lot into it, so he could just lose them all again. Anything else interesting? Still going off to range production right now. Got a second Mangonel out to try and deal with this. Hopefully he doesn't kill some of his own battering rams here, which is just really annoying if you've ever done that. Can be one of the worst situations. What are we seeing? And third range finally going down for Backdraw Throw. Gonna just amp up that Cavalry Archer production a little. And right now it's going to get really hard for Tim to defend, because Backdraw Throw is going to be able to start putting pressure onto this town centre, with of course a Mangonel having 7 range and a town centre only having 6, and also the fact that Mangonels are outranging skirmishes at the moment, because of course he hasn't got that extra upgrade, Bodkin, and the fact that they pretty much one-hit them if they do a pretty much spot-on hit. So that's going to be kind of hard for Tim to deal with right now. Siege Workshop actually coming up from him. Might be going for his own Mangonel, because that can really counter everything that Backdraw Throw's got here. Mangonel, of course, doing good damage to battering rams, really good damage to Cavalry Archers, especially when they don't have bloodlines, and of course, normally being able to one-hit a Mangonel if it's a direct hit. And here's the thing though, battering rams might take it out before it can actually make use of it. And he hasn't started building anything in it yet. Yeah, it looks like it's going to go down before he's going to be able to actually build anything with it. Mangonel's coming in range of the town centre, though. This could be annoying. Ooh, getting a good hit there, actually. That's really going to weaken this resistance here. Tim actually starting to go for knights. Definitely a good option versus Mangonel, cavalry archer, ram. And that Mangonel there, not going to get done again. And no bloodlines for Tim either right now. Ooh, this could be really, really bad. There's still only one Mangonel there, but it's going to be enough to do some damage. Especially if he gets a direct hit right now. And no great micro there from Tim being able to survive that one. I'm hoping there is another Mangonel on the way, because of course that would just make him, yes, he's going to have it, and he might actually get the Age of Surprise here as well. Moving in with the battering rams to the town centre, not exactly going to be able to do a lot. Villagers actually, I don't know if these skirmishes were being microed on purpose or not to negate the rams getting in there, but still definitely a good play from him. Only 50 points in it, but back to Jeffro here, knowing he's probably going to lose his cavalry archers, doing the smart thing, going for the villagers. The more you kill off, the better. If you're going to lose units, you may as well do as much damage as possible while using them. Mangonel here actually managing to kill off quite a few of these guys, and it's a good hit there, and this guy will probably get taken up by, yep, there we go. However, Knight's going to be able to take this guy out fairly quickly, and hopefully that other Mangonel doesn't spawn before time. And killing that one there. Back to for trying to get ahead in eco here, however, really just not managing to. Tim, oh, saying that, he's just taken the lead again. But of course, going to lose another Mangonel down over here, so it's really starting to even out. Mangonel's definitely an expensive unit. Really hard to deal with if you're going, well, skirmisher. You really need to get some knights or light cav out or something to deal with it. Looks like this Mangonel will be taken down. Another one already on the way from Backchair for stable coming up, finally deciding to go for bloodlines, could go for knights as well to try and counteract Tim's knights and skirmishers. Cavalry archers are on the way for Tim right now, and no bloodlines for him. And finally, we actually have Bodkin now for a back throw. The scores are really close, however, is he going to get a few more villagers here? If he picks off 2 or 3 more villagers, it could be quite big. Getting one there. One more, trying to micro as best he can, and there's one over here if he wants to go for it. Just getting it. That's another 3. That'll buy him a lot of extra time, especially considering neither of them's gone up to an extra town centre yet. As I say that, Tim going up to another one. But still, every villager lost is a lot of time. And cavalry archers still just being spawned into the game. Tim's still behind on upgrades on the cavalry archers, but once he gets bloodlines, or either player gets bloodlines, it's going to be a big advantage towards one of them. And there we go, back to it for actually getting bloodlines as I said that. Perfect timing. And more cavalry archers on the way from him. He's going to really need to, yes, he's already expanded out and taken another gold. Tim, however, really not having enough gold to be able to do anything right now. He's been pretty much reduced to trash, and I would, does he have a market up? He does have this gold over here, but still, that's only 4 villages on gold. That's probably enough to keep up, like, 1 range production. But still going for, ooh, it looks like he might be able to take this one. Yeah, getting that one there. Is he going to get for these skirmishes? Hopefully attacks ground here. Come on. Oh, that was a really damaging hit right now. That's going to make a big difference in this fight. Tim actually forced to retreat after that. Mangonel, something you have to be really careful of. Town Centre going up for Tim right now, so really if Backjuffer doesn't get some up or start doing a lot of damage, he's going to be in quite a bit of trouble actually. One coming up over here. Nearly has enough resource for another one, but he's going to have to start equaling Tim in economy. At the moment, he's been keeping the pressure on so much that Tim hasn't been able to get so far ahead in eco. But once Backjuffer doesn't start creating villages on a one-to-one basis while killing them off, his eco is going to really start falling behind. Also, forcing Tim to make all these skirmishes is definitely a good move. It's really preventing him from deciding to go imp. Not that he could be, but still it's really using up that food and wood, which of course can mean less farms, and that's another good hit there with those mangonels. Can mean less farms, means less villages in a sense, if he's strapped for resources. Let's actually check how he's doing for resources. Keeping villager production pretty constant, but see, there we go. He's been forced to create skirmishes, which we have seen. I don't think he's creating them anymore. But because of that, he's running low on wooden food, and he hasn't been able to create villages, which is fair enough. Mangoneling the town centre actually now, second one coming in, so this could be kind of hard. It could be actually nearly GG for Tim. Siege Workshop coming up the back here, hopefully going to be better than his first attempt at a Siege Workshop. First town centre is up over there, looking for another one. I don't see anything. Pacho is still patrolling the water here, and it looks like this town centre is going to be downed. I don't think there's a lot he can actually do about it. Going to break through this bit of wood over here by the looks of it, or he could run around when this town center's taken out like that. Going to be an interesting one. Tim moving to a counter position here and picking off some more villagers, so definitely doing a good job here at keeping the pressure on. He may have low eco, but he's keeping his opponent's eco so low as well that he hasn't been able to overtake him too much. At the moment, Backtrack for up to a 600 point lead, which is actually massive. Moving up with more mangonels. How are we doing, Tim? He has bloodlines, but he's still missing that bodkin arrow, which is a really crucial upgrade right now. Because at the moment, they're still on a basis where they can both attack each other at the same time. However, if the skirmishers can attack a little bit while the cavalry archers are closing the gap, that gives you a nice little bit of a bonus. Mangonel coming out here, looks like it should be finished. There's not 3 battering rams there, trying to take it down. Anything else? Villager production being kept pretty constant, however still running really low on food. This could be GG for Tim. I can't see him coming back right now. He has not enough army to deal with this. His eco is a lot lower, 77 population to back Jeffro, 53 to Tim, so there's quite a big difference there. Currently at the 32-minute mark, so there's been a real big all-in push from back Jeffro here. And lots of cavalry archers on the way. Ballistics as well. That's going to be quite a big deal. Another town center going up over here, so he's going to be able to out-boom Tim as well now. Looks like he did lose both of his mangonels there. However, he did manage to take out his opponents, which is really helpful. And if he kills off all these villagers over here, keeps this town center garrisoned long enough, it's really getting close to being over. It's just pretty much waiting on it right now, unless Tim can pull out some kind of miracle. Would be pretty extreme to see. Looks like he's going to use the heal bonus here, which of course is something you should always be doing. And taking that one out, just 2 skirmishes left, and Tim will have no army. Does have these town centers, which still are within range of cavalry archers, so he's just got to get careful of those farming villages, which are around the outsides of these farms. And looks like he's going to lose a few villages over here, to say the least, especially with ballistics now. Moving these ones up, definitely a smart play. Going to be able to catch one of these guys. No, moving around the back here. Getting that one though, so that's 3 at least. That's definitely good. Well, any villager kill is good. Gay here actually having 770 HP. Definitely a good move from Tim, trying to wall that up, stopping any further units getting into his base. But there is a mangonel here at the moment. He actually lost quite a few villagers walling that, and yeah, he's going to be able to take that down quite quickly, honestly. 700 HP on a gate isn't a lot at all. Looks like he might be trying to deal with this. He's definitely got the right thing going, but I don't know how he's going to deal with it. It's one of those things where it's just ridiculous. Market actually going up for Tim. Looks like he needs to start getting some gold. I don't think he's not even thinking about going Imperial yet. He does have a lot of wood available there, so we can sell some of that off and try and buy some food to keep booming, or sell it off for gold and keep a few cavalry archers being created maybe. And losing quite a few more cavalry archers over here. Of course, that heal advantage just playing a massive part right now. And of course, bodkin arrow as well, being another massive thing that should be making quite a difference. Currently 1,000 points in favor of back Jeffro, playing a really solid game right now. How's he doing over here? It looks like a lot of these villagers getting transferred off gold for him, which is an interesting one actually. He's got some over here. He's only got 4 over here, 5. But I guess, though, there's not a lot of surface area there, so having any more there would kind of be a waste. Cavalry archers over here still picking away at Tim's forces, well, villagers at this point. And keeping him off all of these farms and things over here is just an absolutely great idea. Let's actually have a look at Tim, see what he's actually done. Yes, he has sold off some wood by the looks of things. Cavalry archer, cavalry archer, cavalry archer, 2 mangonels on the way. And Tim really not giving up. He's really putting in a bit of persistence here, but it's starting to look well, it has been for the last few minutes, honestly. It's starting to look really just unwinnable. Cavalry archers having bloodlines for him, though, so that's kind of making this one a bit even. Getting a good mangonel there, and he might get a second one over here, and if he does that, it's definitely going to be a good advantage. And then if he manages to get quite a few mangonels of his own out. Ooh, good micro there by back Jeffro, honestly. Being able to kill that one there without losing his own. In fact, did he take any damage? He took a little bit. That could have been previous damage. So another mangonel out on the way. It looks like it should be able to get out, unless these cavalry archers or something start pushing it in. And sitting here actually going to be really annoying. This is Tim's main, well, pretty much his only wood source right now. So he's going to be in a lot of trouble if you can't deal with that. This mangonel, of course, probably going to be used to try and kill off some of these cavalry archers. Definitely a good option, because still the mangonel outranges, and it can kind of sit under the town center, and if they come too close to try and kill it off, then the town center will be attacking the cavalry archers. So that's definitely a good plan from him. Might just get another mangonel here if he manages to kill this one here off, or get some quick repairs. Mangonel moving out. These cavalry archers moving out just in time to get out of there before the mangonel moves out. Really important. And a lot of cavalry archers and mangonel just sitting here again, not doing a lot with them, but definitely keeping Tim locked in his base, which is always a good plan. And here, just going for villager kills at the moment. Some really good micro so far. Not losing a lot of cavalry archers to these mangonels at all. And yep, repairing that one there. He really wants to get that mangonel out. Where's it actually spawning to? Looks like it's going to here, so he might, or here, or just on top of itself. So he might actually be able to get this mangonel kill here. If he gets 2 out, he might be able to do quite a bit of damage, and well, with that, be able to defend against this. Saying that though, there's a 1,400 point lead for Backjefro, so ooh, not getting that one either. Backjefro just amazing micro at the moment with the mangonels. Backjefro going up to even more ranges. Another town center coming up for him, looking to extend his lead. You know what they say, when ahead, get more ahead. So he's currently going off 5 range production, 114 population, or 113 now. Looks like he just lost something. It wasn't a mangonel, so that's good. Village is actually being forced under the town center right now, fully garrisoned, so he's not going to be able to do it. Backjefro actually sending laughs there, which is kinda a bit brutal, but still, you know, it's up to you what you do in game. I'm not one to judge. No Imperial yet for either player, which is kind of interesting. Backjefro could have really been starting to save up for Imperial, but not happening. Actually got the +2 armor now. Really important upgrade there. Looks like lots of cavalry archers being saved up for Tim, most likely, unless of course he's had to go skirmisher. No, he's actually got quite a few cavalry archers built up in some of these. He might be able to take this one back, but the upgrades are definitely going to be in favor of Backjefro. If, however, he manages to get some good mangonel hits, takes out all his opponent's mangonels without losing too much, it could be close, because that splash damage is really going to be where it's at. Like we can see with these guys, lots of them taking quite a bit of damage, especially from sitting under that town center as well. Getting a good kill there, actually, and keeping this mangonel alive for as long as possible by the looks of things. Saying that, though, Backjefro's reinforcements coming in, and I don't think Tim's going to have enough to deal with this. Mangonel here going to have to be repaired quickly. Getting one hit there, actually, and that was great for just damage and splash. Going to be able to... He might even be able to kill this just force off here, because a lot of them are starting to run on at least half HP. Town center over here again being taken out. Still no town center for Tim, so he's still only on 2. More just cavalry archers running in for Backjefro, and I'm surprised Tim's still here trying to keep going. Especially when his opponent's off 5 range production, but then again, he probably doesn't know that. And there we go, actually, Tim resigning now. Probably a good time to resign. He wasn't going to be able to use these guys in here for too much. There was just too big an army there, especially with all these mangonels going to be able to do so much splash. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that on Scandinavia. Backjefro playing a really solid game, and I'll see you in the next one.